your face. They want you to work with them and stop. That's what they want. People on the bottom, man. Think about that. Why are we on the bottom? If God, you say God loves you, so think I'm going to work with him. Why are we begging this stuff? Why? If you want to kill a whole bunch of people, where do you go? To the ghetto, to the slums. You don't go to Valentine. You don't go to Hollywood. Welcome to another Sabbath, beautiful Sabbath. We are the men of KOZ, the men from the tribe of Judah. I think all of us are the tribe of Judah, the nation of Israel. And we are here to honor and praise our Heavenly Father through His Son, Yahushua. And we're going to open up, we're going to throw some prayers and thank yous out to the Most High God, Yahweh. We're going to start with Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, and Tawada Yahweh, Tawada Yahushua, Tawada Yahweh, Tawada Yahushua. All right, so we're going to start, we're actually going to start in the book, we're going to go to Job, and we're going to do the 18th chapter in Job. We're going to do a little breakdown on that. And we hope that you guys get edified. And more importantly, we want you to wake up from your sleep. We want you to realize who your enemies are in this thing, because you got to understand something. The Most High have enemies. And if the Most High have enemies, you, His chosen people, you have enemies. And your enemies look like ordinary people out here, just like that Edomite rolling up his window just now in that white SUV. That's your enemy. These are your enemies. These people don't want you to know the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. These people don't want you to understand who you are. They are your enemy. How in the world are they going to be the Most High enemy and not your enemy? He told you these are your enemies. You are in hell. This is your living hell. This is your nightmare. These, your enemies, they're living in heaven. This is their heaven. And you are in hell. And once we come into the kingdom, we will be in heaven and they will be in hell. You understand that, Ibn? So wake up and understand where we are and understand that we do have enemies in these things. So we're going to talk about what's going to happen to our enemies. Let's deal with that. We're going to go through the book of Job chapter 18, and we're going to start with verse 1. When are you ready, bud? Job 18 and 1.
Job chapter 18, starting at verse 1.
Read.
Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, how long will it be ere you make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards will we speak.
All right, so check this out. We're going to find out, we're going to first understand who he's talking to. Get out that Job 2 and 11. We're going to find out who Bildad is. He's talking about in 18 and 1.
All right, Job 2 and verse 11. Then when Job's three friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came everyone from his own place, Eliphaz the Temanite and Bildad the Shuhite. And
okay, that's what we wanted. So Bildad is the Shuhite, which is a friend. These are friends of Job. They comfort him in time of need. Right. These are the guys that deal with him whenever, and they also dealt with him whenever he was dealing with the curses that the Most High put on him when he gave him all those swords and dealt with his family. So read that again in verse 1. Come in the word of the Lord, sister. Come in the word of the Lord. You believe in the Bible? We're here to show you some things in the Bible that nobody's ever showed you. Can we show you some things in the Bible? When you come out, will you listen to us? All right, give us 5 minutes when you come out. All right, let's get that verse 1.
Right. Job 18 verse 1.
Read.
Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, how long will it be ere you make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we will speak.
So right now, so what has been said in verse 2 is, how long are our enemies going to be running their mouths? How long are they going to be talking? How long are they going to keep giving us lies? Because we know after we shut them down, that's when we're going to start talking. That's when we're going to start spitting out these precepts and these laws and commandments. Read that again in verse 2.
How long will it be ere you make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we will speak.
And afterwards, we're going to have eyes saying this thing. Verse 3.
Wherefore are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight?
So right now, in this kingdom, we're looked upon as beasts. We're not the beasts of the field. They are. We are not the beasts of the field. They are the beasts. And Edom is the mark of the beast. We are not beasts. We are gods on this earth. But we don't know that. You think you was a nigger and a spick and a savage they call Indian. We're not these things. We are not these things, Israel. Wake up and know who you are. Wake up and know who you are. And they also look at us as, so when it said, when you said, and reputed vow in your sight. So in their sight, we're looked at as nasty, disgusting niggas. That's how they see you when they look at you. They don't see a man. You're not even considered a man in this kingdom. By law, legally, the Constitution has never changed. You are still 3/5 of a man. But they changed. Listen, technology grows every day in this kingdom. Everything increases and advances every day in this kingdom. They have satellites out in space. They have rockets that go up into outer space. But yet they refuse to make a little change that says you're a man. That one little thing that you think don't really matter. Okay, yeah, well it says we 3/5 of a man in the Constitution of America, which you say you love, but you don't think it's a problem that they won't change that one. They can put spaceships up in space with men in them, but they can't make a one little correction and say that you are a man legally. Wake your dumb ass up. You are a god. Read, brother.
Verse 4. He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? And shall the rock be removed out of his place?
We're gonna put that devil out of his place. We're gonna put that devil out of his place. He ain't gonna want to leave, but he's gonna leave. We're gonna put him out of his place. Read that one more time, brother.
He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? And shall the rock be removed out of his place?
Right. So he is tearing up. He's tearing himself in his anger. You understand? So this Edomite actually is looking at you and he hates your guts. When he look at you every day, he's smiling in your face. Every day he's handing you a paycheck. Every day he hates your guts. How do I know he hates your guts? Because your God said he hates your guts. Ezekiel 35:5. Read that, brother.
Ezekiel 35, verse 5.
Read.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
So he hates you with perpetual hatred because your God told you this. If you think that Edomite living beside you or behind you or above you or an apartment below you, if you think that Edomite care about you, you are a damn fool. Your God told you there's a perpetual hatred for you. A perpetual. If that Edomite, if any Edomite love you, if they truly love you, they would get down on all four knees and bow down and kiss the dust off your freaking feet. That's how they show they love. If not, they don't love you. They hate you. And even if they still bow down and kiss your feet, they still hate you. Why? Because your God says so. Bring it out, brother. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him.
So all the things that we consider intelligent by this beast is going to be shown as complete foolishness and folly. Give me Obadiah 1:18. So everything, all the so-called wisdom he have, all the things that he teach you, all the things that he's showing you, the science that he's giving you in school, the fake history he's showing your dumb ass, and you eating it up and believing it. All the lies that he tell you is real is going to be shown up as complete fake, foolishness and wickedness. Read those two verses again, brother.
Come on. Verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine.
So everything that he's teaching you that he called wisdom, that light gonna be put out. That nonsense is gonna be put down in the freaking dirt. Because everything he's teaching you is based on lies. It's based on everything to put himself as your master. It's based on everything to put you down in the dirt as a nigger, as the dog that he actually is. He's taught you to be the dog that he is. That's what he's taught. A dog teaching a God to be a dog. Wake your ass up. Read the other verse.
6. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him.
A good Edomite is a dead Edomite. That crock is going to be put out. Give me that
Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
House of Jacob going to be a fire. We're going to set that ass on fire.
And the house of Joseph a flame.
The house of Joseph, which is the northern kingdom, we're going to set that house to flame.
And the house of Esau.
The house of who?
The house of Esau.
The house of who?
Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it.
Thus said the Lord. That devil is going to be done with. That devil is going to be kicked out. That devil, his ass is about to be evicted. Every nigga been evicted because of that devil. Every nigga, every spick has faced evictions because of that devil, or threatened to be evicted. If you haven't been threatened to be evicted, your parents have. Their parents have. And if you haven't yet, you will be soon. You will be soon. Almost every nigga's going to face that right now. These are the times you're living in, Israel. These are the times you're living in. The Most High is showing you who your enemies are. The Most High is showing you who the true devil is. He's showing you these things. Keep reading, brother. How you doing, sister? Come in the word of the Lord. We're talking about your God. We're talking about your God up in heaven. We're dealing with God. Can you talk to us on the way out? You got it? Okay, well, if you, I can tell you about, you're breaking the commandments right now, so I know you ain't got them. So on the way out, you're breaking a law right now of God. You give me Deuteronomy 22:5. Let me show you what law. I'm going to let God tell you. Right. I'm going to let the Lord say it. Right. Deuteronomy 22:5.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
The woman shall not wear?
Wear which that pertaineth unto a man.
And
what am I wearing that's pertaining?
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
can a man wear a dress? So, look, can I wear a dress? So, let me ask you a question. When you go to Walmart, right? I'm saying, if you go to a store and you want to go to the bathroom, you got two images on two different doors. Which door do you go to? Which image do you look at and go to?
So, here's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So the thing is, here's the thing. The Most High God in heaven says it's against the law for you to be wearing pants, sister. It's against the law.
You need to show me that in the Bible.
He just said that. He just showed you that. He just showed you. Deuteronomy 22:5.
Listen, you
Give me
don't
Columbus
listen
woman.
to me. I know the Bible. Ain't nobody gonna read the Bible and tell me nothing about the Bible. The Bible said I'm not supposed to stand here arguing with you back and forth about
The Bible
God.
said you're supposed to be quiet, ma'am, and not speak like that.
Oh, that's the devil is a liar.
I can show you that in the Bible too. I can show you that in the Bible.
I rebuke it.
And I do think you're a Hamite.
In the name of Jesus, I rebuke it.
I do think you're a Hamite, ma'am.
That's the thing why my grandmother made sure she equipped me for people like you.
You got time for me?
In the name of Jesus, I rebuke anything that you try to lay hands on me that God did not ordain for me. So let's go.
Go your way, sister. Go your way. All right, where we at?
Back in Job 18.
Right? You already did 18 right now. All right, let's go.
Alright. Job 18, verse 7. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down.
So, the steps of this devil shall be straightened rather. The steps of this devil shall be straightened. So, we're going to do what that red devil did to us. We're going to take that cracker by his throat. By his throat. We're going to take him by his throat, chain his ass down, and we're going to put the laws on his back. And say, if you don't keep the laws, you die, cracker. We're going to straighten out his steps. Read that again.
Verse 7. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down.
So we're going to put him to death by his own words. His own counsel going to come against him. We're going to use his own words against him. And we're going to condemn that cracker to death, as my brother just read in Obadiah 1 and 18. To death. Keep reading, brother.
Verse 8. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare.
Read.
The grin shall... Grin? Jinn? G-I-N? Alright. Excuse me, Salakia. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him.
So the gin is talking about is back in our day when we pick cotton, the gin is where you're right. When we pick cotton, the gin is what they use to separate the cotton from the seeds. So that gin is gonna catch his ass by the heel. He's gonna be separated. Read that again.
Verse 9. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him.
Right, so he's going to be the one getting his dough kicked in. Keep reading. Because he's the biggest robber on planet Earth. He has robbed every single land for their natural resources more than any nation ever. No nation is ever known for that other than the house of Esau. They're the only house who is known for robbing other lands for their natural resources from other nations. They're the only ones. The only one. Give me that Job 9:24. The only one.
Verse 10. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way.
So he's already set up. It's already ordained for him. It's already ordained because he fell for the Most High put us into slavery because of what we did. The Most High allowed them to punish us. He allowed them to do that. But they took advantage. They went above and beyond. They took advantage of this thing. Read that again.
The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way.
It's a setup. It was a setup, and they fell for it, took advantage. They are the wicked of the earth. They should be punished. The whole earth was given to them to do whatever they want to do to you. It was given to them. They had the power to do whatever they wanted to. And the Most High let them do that. But it was their own evil inventions. They invented things to do to you. They invented evil to put upon you. They invented that mess to put on you. They are the ones who control this thing. They are the ones who are running this thing. Read that, brother.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He took control of this place, and then he made all the judges white. He covered their faces white.
If not, where and who is he?
If it ain't that red devil, then who else is it? If it ain't that red devil, who else did all these things? Come on, Israel.
Verse 11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
Right, because we're dealing with the God of terror. We're dealing with the God of terror. So he is going to be terrorized. Esau don't know who he's messing with. Esau don't know who he messing with. He done the wrong thing. He has done the wrong thing, and he's going to pay for that. Keep reading, brother.
Verse 12. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side.
Destruction is waiting on this devil. It's waiting on him. Destruction, his annihilation is all mapped out and ready for him to go. It's ready.
It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
Read that again.
It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
It shall devour. Think about this, Israel. The Most High God just said, it shall devour the strength of his skin. You understand the Most High telling you? That so-called lily white skin ain't gonna save him in that day. That lily white skin ain't gonna save him in that day. He's done. He can't hide behind that white skin anymore. Come here to word of the Lord, sister. Sister, come here to word of the Lord, sister. We're talking about your God. He looks just like you. So that pale skin ain't gonna help him no more. That's done. Right now, a white person can get away with so much more than you, and you don't realize most of the time that what's going on. You don't realize how you've been treated, because you don't see how they've been treated. You don't really see that. You think you see, you think you know, but you don't know. You don't know. You don't know how they're treated. I have a daughter who before I was in the truth, before I woke up, I had a daughter with an Edomite woman. This Edomite woman told me that she was going to have a hysterectomy. Is that what it is with women? Hysterectomy? She's going to have a hysterectomy after the baby was born. You're Israelite, sister. You're Israelite. So she said she was going to have a hysterectomy. So, and her doctor who's performing the surgery, bringing my baby, was an Edomite. And I was actually in the room, the birthing room, and I was the first one to feed my daughter when she came out. I grabbed her as soon as she came out. So it was a plan for the whole 9 months with her doctor. He'd been her doctor for a while, that she was going to have a hysterectomy when that baby was born. And it was agreed upon. And they talked about it for the whole 9 months. And when the baby came out, she jokingly said, when he said, "Are you sure you want the hysterectomy?" And she jokingly said, "Let me think about it." He said, "No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course I want it." And because she said that, he wouldn't give it to her. He refused to give it to her, and he used that as an excuse. See, your dumb ass don't understand something. almost 80% of our women are convinced by doctors that they must have this surgery to stop themselves from making babies. They're convinced, they're talked into this. If you're an Israelite, Spic, or a Negro, they convince you to have this surgery. But yet, if you're an Edomite, they try their best to make sure you don't. Because if you did not know, there are more of us being born than dying. As much as they kill us, as many of us as they've hung up in freaking trees, there's more of us being born than they can kill. There's more of us being born. And if you didn't know this, there's more crackers dying than being born. Why do you think he put on the whole nation of America? Why do you think he put on America that the average household should be, and out, it's Edomite ways, it should be 2.2 children in the household. That's how many kids you're supposed to have. They can go to hell with that 2.9. I mean, that's just Esau nonsense. It's just crazy. Nonsense and foolishness. But they convince your ignorant ass, in order to be elite in society, you must have no more than 2.2 kids. I don't know how the fuck you gonna have 0.2 kids, but you're supposed to have 2.2 kids per household. That's what you're supposed to have if you want to be the elite and not looked upon as a minority or a nigger. So he wants you to be like them and stop making babies. Why do you think they're doing these things? The Lord put that spirit on them to not produce like we produce. The only reason, well, we actually in Egypt, the Pharaoh told our people that we had to go. They set out to kill us because we were growing too fast. And they said we have to kill these niggas because they're growing too fast. They might overpower us. Why do you think the COVID virus is out here? They're trying to kill you niggas. They're trying to kill you niggas. Wake up, Israel. Wake up. Keep reading, brother.
Verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and shall bring him to the king of terrors. 13.
Read that 14 again.
Verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Read that again. I'm sorry, read that again.
His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Right. So we know this is a pride, cocky SOB we're dealing with, and his pride and his sins is going to lead him straight to destruction before our Heavenly Father. You got that Hebrews 10:31, right? Yeah. All right, read that.
Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
10:31.
Yeah.
All right. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right, read that again.
Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Right, so Esau, with his cockiness and his pride and his arrogance, is going to lead him into the eyesight. He's going to have to deal with our Heavenly Father. And our Heavenly Father don't play. He don't play. So, look what he did to the people he loved. Look what he did to us, and he loved us. What the hell you think he gonna do to them? And he loved you, and he did this to you. We're talking about the God in heaven, sister. Come and listen to the word of the Lord. Just give God 5 minutes, sister. All right, you got to give God time now. You got to give God time. All right, let's keep reading, brother. We're dealing with your God, sister. We're dealing with your God. Can you give God 5 minutes? Come give God 5 minutes then. You should know better. Come give God 5 minutes. Let us show you some things. Can you come back and give us 5 minutes? We're taking your word now. You're a woman of the Lord, right? We're going to take your word, sister. You read.
Verse 15. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation.
This is what he has to look forward to. This is what Esau has to look forward to. Destruction. Because his so-called tabernacle is stolen goods. Every religion that he has is based off of your books. Every concept of religion is based off of your books. We're dealing with the Heavenly Father, sister. We're dealing with the Lord. Everything that he has built his house on is based off of your tabernacle, not his. Everything that he built his foundation on is based off of your back. The sweat and tears and blood off of your back.
Verse 16. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off.
Right. So the Most High gonna get them from the top to the bottom, from the top to the bottom, from the roots to the sky,
From the rooter to the tutor.
from the rooter to the tutor. That's right. So the Most High got him. The Most High got. I use that all the time. I guess that made me feel old. 'Cause you yeah, yeah.
I ain't never heard that one.
For real. Wow. So now it makes no sense that he got an old soul for real.
man,
He said he had an old soul. He really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got an old soul. Yeah. Listen up, Israel. So the Most High, he got you.
Yeah.
He got this devil from the back to the front, from the top to the bottom. He got this devil. He got him. Read that again.
Come. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. Verse 17. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street.
So it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be a time when we're gonna have to, like, what the hell? I mean, they were actually white. These people were white, and our children are gonna ask questions like, did they really have dog hair? They're not gonna be able to imagine that. They're not gonna be imagining it. They're not gonna be able to understand the concept of a walking creature on 2 feet walking with dog hair. They're not gonna understand that. Esau's house is going to be wiped off the whole entire earth. The remembrance of this man will be nada. Isn't that how you say nothing in Spanish?
Nada.
Nada. It'll be nada. Read, brother.
Verse 18. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world.
Job 35. You did it here.
18 says, he shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world.
We're gonna chase this cracker out the world. That's a deep, heavy precept. That's a deep, heavy precept. We're gonna chase this devil out of the four corners of the earth. That was Job 35. We're gonna chase this devil off the globe. That if you're an Edomite, I can't do nothing for you. I can't do a damn thing for you. But the most I got that Job 30. If you want to read 5 to 12, bring it up.
Job 30 and 5. They were driven forth from among men.
We drove them.
They cried after them as after a thief.
We beat them like they stole something.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys.
We ran them up in them rocks and them caves like dogs. We ran them up in the caves like dogs.
In caves of the earth and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed. Under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
So children of base men, that means they was just a basic of a man. That's what the Lord is saying. These Edomites are not even a full man. They're the base of the man. Yeah, they live. Yeah, they breathe. Yeah, they eat. And they have dung. That's about it. Everything else is dog. Everything else is dog. Keep reading, brother. Let's read some more about this damn dog.
Verse 19 in Job 18. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings.
So you gotta understand that they ain't gonna. So Edomites are big about their inheritance. I've met several Edomite women, particularly women, mostly who talk about their inheritance, and I've met a few of them. Back in the old day, I was friends with a couple of them, and they would show me and tell me, and I would see their homes that their parents gave them. I knew one Edomite girl, her parents gave each one of them $100,000, and this was like in the 80s. Gave them each, and so that was like $300,000 back in the 80s. So their parents gave them $100,000 each, and there's like 4 of them, 4 siblings. They all got $100,000, and so this Edomite woman, she paid cash for her house. It was a beautiful home out in Pinewood. She has a beautiful home, paid cash for it. How many niggas and speaks you know got that kind of inheritance? So these Edomites have enjoyed this. As long as they can remember, they've enjoyed this. And remember, they're enjoying this off the sweat of your back. That's the only reason why they got it in the first place. That's the only reason why they got it. Give me that the dead verse. So that's the only reason why we got a funeral line coming on behind us. So hopefully it won't get any louder than what it is. But it's a funeral line behind us. Hang on one second, I gotta take me a drink. And there's a funeral behind us. We're not taking a pause for that cause. We're taking a pause for this cause. That's why we're pausing, not because of that. You got that? Because those are the dead that we are not even dealing with, because this is why.
Matthew 8:22, but Yahushua said unto him, follow me, and let the dead bury their dead.
So we ain't got nothing to do with that. We got nothing to do with that. That's right here. When two or more gather, that's where your God is. That's where your church is. We're dealing with the living. We're not dealing with the dead. We're dealing with the living. And the living could even be in the dirt. They're still the living if they keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the law keepers. All right, let's go back to that Job. All right. Which one did we just do? We just did 19. Do 19 again.
Sneeze. All right, Job 18, verse 19.
Read.
He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings.
So everybody in the house of Esau is going to be done away with. Every single person. He don't have nobody to give inheritance to, nobody to save. They're all going to be done. Mother, daughter, sister, brother, all of them dead, and more importantly, destroyed off the face of earth. Because earth is going to be beautiful. Earth is miserable. This place, the whole land is miserable. Everywhere you go is miserable. There ain't a continent on this freaking place you can go to that ain't been touched by that devil. This earth won't be happy till that devil is gone. This earth will not be happy until that red devil is gone. Keep reading, brother.
Verse 20. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were affrighted.
So our forefathers might have been scared of that cracker.
Right.
But we ain't scared.
Right.
Our forefathers might have bowed before those crackers. Wow. Our forefathers had to bow on their knees to that red devil. Every day. All day. They had to bow to that nasty, filthy cracker. You know, just 14 days ago, and not for a braggadocious reason, but just 14 days ago, every man up here stood right here under this tree. Just 14 days ago, and each man got an Edomite dog, a teacher, in front of her husband, bowed down on all fours and kissed all of our feet. That's what she did. She did that before the men of the Lord, in front of her husband, kissed everybody's feet up here. And I'm not saying that for braggadocious reasons. I'm saying that for two reasons. Number one, and she grew up Catholic. She never heard anything about us. It didn't take but 20 minutes for that dog to get fed by these three men right here you see right now. The three of us fed that Edomite and her husband for 20 minutes, and that dog got down on 4 knees and kissed our feet. On 4. So, two things I want you to understand. Number one, get used to that. Get used to that. Get used to that. That's your life. Don't be astonished by that. That's what you deserve. And number two, the second thing I want you to understand what's going on. That cracker. And she was an educated cracker. She was a school teacher. That cracker bent down and kissed our feet. After 20 minutes of hearing who we were and us explaining to her who she was, she did what she did on all fours in the dirt. And we got sisters and brothers every day that walk right past us and look at us like we nothing. Like we nothing. How freaking dare you, Israel? How dare you? Your God. You got the nerve. You got the nerve to be ashamed of your God. Straighten your hair. You got the nerve to be ashamed of your own God when you got an Edomite dog that said he got down. You're Israelite, brother. You're Israelite, brother. You're Israelite. You're Israelite. You let a dog bow before kings of the earth. Acknowledge who we were as gods on this earth and show Amish. She shows Amish the three gods. When all you see are three niggas, and we look just like you. You look just like God. Even though that dog saw three kings, you see three niggas. How dare you, Israel? That's blasphemy and disgrace. Read, brother. Now we know why our forefathers are so mad and what we become. Look at what we become. You got a dog worshiping your God, and your dumbass ain't even worshiping him.
Verse 21. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God.
Read that again.
Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God.
This is the place. The land that is the most evil land on earth. That has nothing to do with God. Hold that. Don't go with me. Hold that. So, the place that is the most wicked upon planet Earth. All the lands of the earth. All the places of earth. On planet Earth. This is that place. This is that place where God has nothing to do with. Because it's that wicked. Read that again, bro.
Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God.
If you're looking for that man, talking about it in Job 9:24, if you're looking for that man, he's here. He's here. America is Babylon. Give me Revelation 8 and 11. America is spiritual Egypt. America is those places. This is Egypt. You're in Egypt. You're in Babylon. It's not physical, because we know Egypt is in the land of Ham. We know that. But spiritually, your spiritual being has been here for many moons, many generations. But your physical state, you've been here 30, 40, 50 years, 20 years. But your spirit has been here for many generations. So your spirit is more alive than your carnal flesh. Your carnal flesh, the Most High says, like vapor. It comes and goes. So this is Egypt. This is Egypt. It's not physical, because it's not the land of Ham, or what they call Africa. But spiritually, God is telling you that this is Egypt. And it is spiritual.
Revelations 8 and verse 11. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters.
Y'all know I'm getting old. I'm 51, man. I'm old, man. These brothers are young. Who with that young man?
Revelations 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, which also our Lord was crucified.
Right. So this is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Spiritual. Same thing. So to let you understand spiritually, even nationality, if you're an Edomite in your past life, you're an Edomite in this life. You don't change nations. You don't change tribes. You are your forefathers. If you were a wicked fool in your past life, that's why you're a wicked fool now. That's why. If you're lost, if you're considered the hidden ones, if you were considered the sheep that ran amok, that spread across the four corners of the earth in the days of our Messiah, that's who you are today. That's who you are now. We are the same as we always been. Nothing has changed. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new. So understand that this devil, what he's doing now, he's always done. He's always done this. Even in Egypt, spiritually, that was him also. So Egypt, the same as it is right now. Captivity and slavery, y'all. So that's what's going to happen to Edom, to Esau. He's going to be shut down. And we're the ones that are going to put our foot on him. We're going to put our foot on his neck. The same as he did to us, we're going to do to him. We're going to put our foot on that neck until he's done.
Give me Deuteronomy 20 and give me 1. Deuteronomy 20 and 1. Give me Deuteronomy 1 and 1. I'm going to shoot. This is Deuteronomy 20 1.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel, on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea.
You know again?
The whole thing? These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day,
Come on, sister.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Now, let's see. Go ahead, 15.
What, verse 15?
That's what we know we I'm just going to ask you. We don't listen.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
Right?
that all these curses shall come upon thee, and overtake thee.
All of this. So, how do we get you? How does that? Did we come over here? Did we come over here? Let's see what God is. Give me that 16. Let's see what happens. You can pick it up and come close if you need to.
Deuteronomy 28:68.
The whole top part.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Most High, when we talk about this,
Yeah.
you get it again?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Talk it again, brother.
Oh, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
God said y'all are going to go. But we not. Keep reading. So what happened? Who that beat down? You grab back. Who was waiting on us? What is the right man was on us? Didn't the big African sell us? Well, we told tonight, right? This is what God said. This was 4,000 years ago.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
You're going to go and say it out of the way. I'm going to go in the fellowship.
thou shalt see it no more again.
We're going to never see it again. It's going to go this time. Good.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
So God called us the enemy. Read that again. You're going to be sold what?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
To your friends, to
your enemies,
to your brothers,
your enemies.
This is God said you're going to be sold. God the African man turning to the white man. God said you're your brother.
Enemies.
Go ahead.
For bondman and bondwomen.
Let's go, brother. For what?
For bondman
Slave man,
and bondwomen.
slave woman.
And no man shall buy thee.
No man shall buy you. You remember Jesse Jackson? He tried to get us out of this. God said it's going to happen. Martin Luther King tried to no. Nobody's going to the reason why they made to get us out of this case is because God is you understand? What was your father? What made your father? So he's from this land. So those people are going to try to live in the country. Right. Get it? Right. Let me show you something, brother.
And he asked about the name of it.
Look at that. Milk before the meat, brother. Milk before the meat. This is what right here. Let me show you something. This is what the enemy calls you. That's what the enemy calls you. That's what God. Gang. You're from the tribe of gang. That's what your enemy called you. And that's what your God called you. Give me that poster, that second poster. Yeah, that right there. The second one I did. Yeah, the second one. The second one. Let me show you. So, you're not American, you're God. Indian means savage. America is built on white man. You don't talk to no man. Even enemy of a white man. Do you know where the name America comes from? This man. This is where that name comes. But that nasty white man. His name is America. Relax with them demons, relax. Relax them demons. That's where you said he was American. They ain't no American. He's an American. That's his name. You are not native. That's his name. Miracle. Miracle, that's Christian. He's an Italian, white man, Italian Catholic. You understand? And we're not African American. He is a white man named Pico. Okay? His name is Scipio Africanus. Yes, he comes from another man. White man, but everything. He messed everybody up, bro. So, you understand? And the only reason why you got the spirits on you is because you didn't keep God up to the man. Give me stop doing that. Stop doing that. You understand that? How you get marked? That's a good question. Give me drop that. Yeah, go ahead, give me that. I'm gonna show you something. What is that?
Oh, you know how you say he was mad?
I'm gonna show you something.
He's not believing in God, right? God was the same way.
Bring that out when you get it, Sadiq.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28.
Bring it up.
Says, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness
Give me Matthew 17:20.
and astonishment of heart.
Right. So the Most High, He stopped us with madness. Read that again, brother.
Says, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Right. So the Lord put you things on you. So you ain't how you get these demons off you, right? That's how you get these demons off you. Read that.
You said Matthew what again?
Matthew 17 and 20.
Right. Matthew 17 and 20. And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
20.
Yeah.
21.
Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting.
These demons. Read that again.
Both of them.
Just 21.
Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting.
You have to pray and fast, and you can go demons off you. You understand that? Say it again. So look, do you think is your vessel righteous? Do you keep the commandments? So what is the day?
No.
It'll be Exodus 20 and 8. So you got to know what to do. Like if you want your vessel to be a vessel for the Most High God, you got to know these things I'm going to show you. All right? If you don't know these things, your vessel can't be know. Read that.
Exodus 20 and 8. Remember the Sabbath day
Remember.
to keep it holy.
Now remember, the only reason I'm in this place is what? You got to keep the commandments. Always. Read that again from the top. Listen very carefully.
Exodus 20 verse 8.
Right?
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Give me Numbers 15:38. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Holy. Go ahead.
6 days shalt thou labor
Right? 6 days you can work.
and do all thy work.
Do all your work.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Right? The seventh is the Sabbath. Right?
In it thou shalt not do any work,
No work.
thou nor thy son,
Nobody in your house. Yes, your house. Right?
nor thy daughter,
Right?
nor thy manservant,
Right?
nor thy maidservant,
Right? Anybody working for you?
nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Friends and sisters, so you can't work. On the Sabbath. I have a prayer. Yeah, so where you coming from, bro? You just walking. Say it again? You said a neighborhood? Right. So you can't sell or buy on the Sabbath. Where it's at? Yep, where it's at. Where it's at? Friday night at sundown, or Saturday sundown, you cannot buy or sell or work. Chill, read your Bible, or come with us with your brothers. And you said you feel like when you move like this, you feel like it's the Spirit of God. So you can prove to God that it's the Spirit of God by congregating with your brothers also. You understand? So if you don't want to congregate with your brother, you don't want to keep the commandments, like number 15:28, if you don't want to keep the commandments, that's true. Alright, so here's another thing.
Numbers 15 and 38 says, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments. Throughout their generations. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
If you come, I'll get you. You don't need no phone to meet with us. We out here every Sunday. Lord willing, right here, 2 o'clock every Sunday. So 2 o'clock, you just come out here and you worship with us and read the scriptures with us. Learn This is for you, sisters. We're going to low. This is for you, sisters. We're reading the Bible, sisters. You understand? Come and learn what your God wants you to do. You understand? So by nation, you want to do this. But now you know. What y'all gonna say this month? Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Right. Gad. G-A-D. Gad. Like bad Gad. Yeah, Gad. Right there. So there are 12 tribes. Right. So you got Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, and Naphtali. You understand? So I'm gonna tell you a couple things. Pray. If you with somebody, if you have a home, or somebody that you know, pray. But if you don't know what to do, just pray. You gotta come. Amen. Yeah, you pray right now. You pray. This man might have Spirit of God in my head, man.
That's crazy. Because I thought it was this one. You can actually tell by the wind too. Because it says the wind blows north and south, so once you know that
Wind blows warm from the south. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool over there. Yeah. Cool. You should come to the thing. Right on there. So, let me show you some stuff. Give me, so who talked about it? Right, nobody else. So, give me Revelation 2 and 9. Go ahead and read it. So we know this is what happened about people, right? They sold us into slavery, right? And they made our women breastfeed these babies, take care of these babies.
White babies?
Yeah, they take care of the white babies. Because the white women didn't mess up their breasts. White women did not want to mess up their breasts. See, this is after slave ship. Let me tell the sign, baby. I know you know about that stuff. This is Yoko Iron on our neck. Yoko Iron.
Like that.
Yep, just like that. Right. This woman ate the Lord and she told him. And this man made her step down. She died. He did that because she wanted separate. She wanted a little bit more cornmeal. But they fed us instead of like home. And she's been treated like a cow. You know, you go to the factory, a cow, they pump their breast milk. That's what they did down 60. They pumped them like cow. But that's what she didn't have to. They did this to you. They did this to me. The most High go get. You know what? He actually got 104. He made me a saint. He made me a saint. 144,000 for the smash. He may be one of the ones that's going to this cage. He made a Revelation 2 and 9.
Revelation 2 and 9.
This is what God is saying about these people. They say they are. They say they are. Let's see what God says about this.
I know thy works and tribulation
God knows your works and He knows your tribulation.
and poverty,
He knows that we're all poor. And He made us poor.
but thou art rich.
But we're rich. Why? Because we're rich. Right. We're the true sons of God.
And I know the blasphemy
And I know the lies
of them which say they are
of
Jews
them that say they are what? Jews.
Jews.
They say they are Jews. And what?
and are not,
They're not even Jews. But they're not even Jews. Go ahead. Let's see. They're not Jews. Let's see what they are.
but are the synagogues of Satan.
They're the church of hell. They're the church of hell, brother. That's what that's what God said. Come into the word of the Lord, sister. Come on, come learn something. Come on, learn something. Come on, learn. Give us 5 minutes. Give us 5 minutes. Give her a hand, y'all. Come on, give her a hand.
Like she's willing to
Give her
learn
5
this.
minutes. What's your name?
Carissa?
Carissa. That's a nice name, Carissa. Are you African American? What's your father and mother? What's your mother and father's last name?
They're Ghanaian, Ghana.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Where's Ghana? Is that close to West?
Nigeria.
Nigeria? Is that close to the West Africa?
Yeah, it's in West Africa.
Let me ask you a question. These, just right here, these people that went into slave on slave ship, right? How you feel about this? This is serious question. How you feel about these people that went to slave on slave ship and they were sold to the white man? How you feel about that?
I feel like it was terrible because they were crowded, like they were being treated like animals. It was terrible to treat human animals.
Right. So can you think of any other people, any other nation on earth that went to slavery and slave ship? Anybody that happened to? I'm gonna say it in suspense and just say no, it never happened to anybody. But you know what I'm saying? Right here, it said Negro men for sale. When they came here, they didn't say Africans for sale. They said Negroes or niggas for sale because they know they were different people. That makes sense? Now, come on, wait a minute. So, I was saying, now do you feel like these are your people or they're not necessarily your people? You do? Why do you feel like they're your people?
They're my ancestors.
You feel like they're your ancestors? Okay, your spirit has with you. Step right here, just a little bit closer. Okay. A little bit closer. You don't realize something, but your spirit is open. There are people from Africa that say, no, I don't feel like this. You understand? I understand what happened in the bad, I don't feel like my people. Your spirit bears with you. So, who do you think God is the God of? Do you think God loves these people to put them to slavery like that and get them back like that?
No.
You think God hates them or love them?
You know,
Why would God do that? Look at all the slaves in slavery. If God loved us, why would that happen to them?
I don't know. The God loved everybody.
But why would God let that happen to them? Did God do that to the Chinese man, their whole nation? To anybody else, the whole nation? No, right? So who is God the God of in your mind?
God was God of us, the nation.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Check this out. Amos 1 3 and 1. Wait a minute. Check this out. I know, but I'm going to show you something very important. I'm going to show you something. You believe in the Bible, right? I'm going to show you something very important. This is Amos 3 and 1. Joel 2:27.
Amos 3 and 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Who's God talking to so far? No, who's he talking to? Read it again.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel,
It's talking to Israel. Keep reading.
against the whole family,
Whole family of Israel.
which I brought up from the land of Egypt,
Remember,
saying,
God brought the Israelites out of Egypt in slavery. When Moses said, let my people go, he brought Israel out of Egypt. Remember that, right? He's going to say something to these people.
you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So God just said to Israel, you are the only family I've known of all the families of the earth. I don't know anybody else on the earth but you. That sounds like God is saying that he only knows Israel and nobody else.
At what point did you have to even here?
Wait a minute. I want you to understand that first. So God just says he's only here and he only knows Israel. That makes sense? That's what we just read, correct? Let's make it make sense. Read Joel 2:27.
I got you. Joel 2:27 says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel,
I'm with Israel, God said.
and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
And who else?
And none else.
And who else?
And none
else.
else.
And who else?
And none else.
God just said the God of Israel and none else.
Nobody else.
You think God lies? God just said, I only go to the house of Israel, nobody else. Only the God of Israel. You listen to what God just said? Do you believe that? You think God is lying? He just said, I'm the God of Israel and none else.
But that's just one part of the
Let's see what Jesus said. Go to Matthew 15:24. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. One more verse. One more verse. Let's see what Jesus said in his own mouth. This is the last one. This is the last one.
Are you saying that God lies?
No, God is
No, not at all.
15:21.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 21 says,
This is what Jesus is going to say. This is Jesus.
For there shall arise false
No,
Christ.
this is what Jesus said.
Behold, I have told you before.
Matthew
Yes.
15. Oh, 14. Come on, look.
15,
That is Yoda.
Wait a minute, come on, one verse. Read that for me.
I got you. Matthew 15:24 says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So this young lady, she sat and heard that the Most High God's God of Israel. Why you doing like that, man? What happened?
I don't know. I had a brain fart. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
So
wanted to get it too bad.
right. So maybe the Most High didn't like it. Maybe her spirit don't bear witness. For her to see what she saw,
Yeah.
it can't bear witness.
Right.
Her spirit don't bear witness. She was probably undercover, just trying to see what we're gonna say, saying that she connects. She don't connect with these people. But she connects.
What did she say she was from?
Ghana.
Ghana?
Yeah.
Nigeria?
Yeah, it's close to Nigeria. West Coast.
She's a Hamite. What do you want to say, brother? She was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, she was dark, she was long.
About how we were put in slavery. It was probably got a hand from the beginning of time. It was like a attack on the defense. And we should live ever in the head. You know what I'm saying?
You're giving us the reason why we went to slavery?
You know what I'm saying? It's not saying the reason, I'm saying only a lot of explanation I can think why we were put into slavery. God's plan that, like a slave like that, get us be slaves. I'm saying, I'm really no wickedness, which is evil, but the white man. All the way to be just and righteous. Because you're not evil. So you shall talk ways of sin to be captive. All the wicked ways. And then now, there's a new heaven, new earth, new beginning, with God coming. And then, no more sickness, no more death, generation, God, live forever.
Right. So I mean, but we have to love God.
I love it.
In order to get out of this situation.
I know, but
so how do you know you love God?
I know, because I know.
How do you know?
I know.
Give me John 4:15. 14:15. John 4:15. Give me 1 John chapter 3. How do you know you love God?
I don't need it. He told me I'm not here sacrificing people.
We're all breaking the laws of God until we learn the law.
I'm learning.
Well, when you were selling King's Code on the Sabbath, that's breaking the law. But you didn't know it.
I know it, so
now you know. Right, so you got to learn the law.
I know.
So this is how we know.
Right.
So let God, let God tell us what love is. Let's read what God says.
1 John 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God.
This is the love of God.
That we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments.
But you don't do it. You're learning. Keep reading.
It was our thought.
Right.
So,
Listen, look, listen.
And his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not severe, hard, and pain, and not a burden. His commandments are not
and
hard.
then remember I said about love our neighbors with ourselves.
Who your neighbors?
People, all everything.
No, you people are not your neighbors.
I'm talking about everything God created is my neighbor.
No.
Everything, no, gotta be. Oh God, let me tell you why I think it's that. Ain't no way in hell. It's not everything God ever created in the water, sun, on the land, everything. Fire, land, water, and air.
Right.
That's
So,
me. Adam.
give me Job 9:24. Watch this, brother. Watch this.
I'll read the word. That's a story.
Right. You
That
say,
might be true,
I
might not
understand
be
God made all this stuff,
know.
but He gave it away.
Did.
So this is not God's stuff anymore.
You said Job what again?
Job
The devil.
9:24.
The devil means take you captive back. Oh God is better than the devil. So I'm not the devil. I'm the God.
Go ahead.
Job 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
God made the earth.
I don't know.
You understand that?
Satan is the atmosphere. I'm not Satan.
Keep reading,
I'm not
brother.
him.
He
I'm not
covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
We're talking about the white man.
See, God is a forgiving God. And God said, yes, forgive him any time. You should be forgiving him next time. So that's why sometimes white man should be forgiven. Oh, but the ancestors up, we didn't have nothing to do with it. We didn't. That was David time. That was David time. That was how David time. That's why I said continue. That's why I try to be a person. But I'm saying all things necessary to make a change. I do.
Give me Leviticus 19:17.
They can't be forgiven. Those that die, gotta die. Some shall be forgiven. Must. Or let
You said
God's word
Leviticus
forgive.
what again?
God's word. How you gonna change God's word? You don't be forgiven. Unforgiven. Or some of I feel that person.
Leviticus
They do it.
not
They
said
do it.
1927?
Fucking do it.
Witnesses, brother.
Do it.
Okay, Leviticus 19:27.
No, 1917.
Okay, 19:17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor,
Rebuke your neighbor.
and not suffer sin upon him.
Right. So your neighbor, that's your neighbor. You just got it. You're not with your neighbor. You're not with your neighbor. With your brother. Read that.
with my brother.
God, right? When you to those things. So God separates. God the white man made the devil. The white man makes it like this. So this is where
Y'all got to live. They do evil. They do evil. Can't. They do evil.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations,
but we can't talk over the word of God. All this y'all was I'll give you my Bible and you can keep it. But right now,
Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations, oracles of God. When the Most High divided to the nations, there's inheritance. When He separated the sons of Adam. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
Nation is short for nationality, right? God divided your nationality, right? These people, those people, He divided all the nations. He didn't put us all together. Do that again.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when He separated the sons of Adam, He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Everybody was separate. God didn't put us all together.
I know.
So these are not
God
God.
say one nation, one God. That means all together. It's one
God
sword.
Read that again.
Where's that book?
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when He separated the sons of Adam, He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
1 Peter 4:11. You understand Israel? Read it again.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance,
God divided all nationalities, their inheritance. Right to every other.
when He separated the sons of Adam,
Separated everybody else in my God. All did.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Set boundaries, territories, and the different people. But God did not put us all together.
Well, I didn't say
So,
I said we unity together.
No.
We might be separate.
Written
You gotta,
down. Right.
that's God's word.
You gotta
He
listen.
said it.
Right.
Heard what God's word was like.
Hear
You
what God
can't
said.
change God's word. So what you think?
What did God say?
He said, one God, one nation. It's
He never said
one
one
nation. Okay, it's one God. It's one God. So who it is, it gotta be one nation. So we're all together. It gotta be the fish. It gotta be whole water.
Yeah, but what did
man.
God say?
God said, one God.
He said it's one of that nation, right?
Yeah, he did. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be together. So he said we're gonna be better.
We're supposed to be together?
Got to be.
Give me Deuteronomy 7:6.
Same
Let me show you something. You say all this stuff be together.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6 says, For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Listen to God. You got it, man?
For thou art an holy people
You Israelites, you holy people.
to the Lord thy God.
Lord thy God.
The Lord thy God,
And he's separate to him.
the Lord thy God hath chosen thee
Chosen you, Israelites,
to be a special people unto himself,
unto himself. You understand that? Keep reading. Listen.
above all people,
What? Equal?
above all people,
Under all people?
above all people,
Beside all people?
above all people.
God is saying we're not supposed to be together. We're supposed to be above them.
We're not there above.
We're supposed to be on top of them.
So forget about it. We're above. That's not right.
That's not right.
That's like saying, a motherfucker that's fucked up. You ain't no part of motherfucker that you just here. Not right. I swear to God, it's contradicting.
What's contradictory, bro?
How they, we're not supposed to be together. So you saying because I'm fucked up, they better than me? And when they better than
No,
me.
no. He said you better than him.
Better than them. You know what I mean? They worse than me.
Come back this way.
I mean, they worse than me. You know me.
Come back here, bro.
Can't mean that. God is a just God. Understand?
He's very
merciful God. The way he's going to give them above. You know,
Give me,
and show the way.
Isaiah 40. Let's see how God feels about it. So we know he loved the Israelites, right?
Yeah.
We know God. We know God.
We
know God.
Fish, all this.
We know God loves the Israelites, right?
Love everybody.
Okay. He loves everybody. Let's see how God. Let's see, brother. Let's see how God feels about it. Go ahead, Bill.
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 15
Read.
says, Behold, nations are as a drop of a bucket.
No. That's not what it means. You see this? I'll spin it. It's off of that. Just say it again. Read it again.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
To God, the nation is nothing to do with it. You don't care nothing about it. So you don't go.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. All nations before him,
All the nations on the earth that's not Israelite, all the nations, these are the Israelites. These are all the nations. All the nations. All the nations. I want you to hear this. All the nations under the Israelites, go ahead, read it again.
all nations before him are as nothing.
Are as what?
As nothing.
Are as something.
As nothing.
They are some equal.
As nothing.
They are beautiful.
As
They
nothing.
are God made.
As nothing.
What are they?
Nothing.
Good.
Nothing.
They are nothing to God. Did
God will.
you hear that? Are we all the same?
We're not.
The God of everybody? Brother, listen, your neighbor is your brother. You understand that? So, no, I want you to hear this. I want you to hear the word. That post ain't going nowhere. Read that, Revelation 13 now.
Revelations chapter 13, verse 9.
Read.
If any man have an ear,
If you can peep what God about to put down,
let him hear.
listen to this.
He that leadeth into captivity,
He that did this to God's people. He that sold God's people. He that took their women and made cow milk from their freaking people. He that did that. The nations that did that. Read.
shall go into captivity.
Shall what?
Shall go into captivity.
Shall what?
Shall go into captivity.
Listen, brother. Listen, brother. Everybody that ever called you a nigga, everybody that ever been down on you, all these people, they have to go to church. They got to start church. They stop there, brother. They have to go to church. That's Joshua. That means Israel. That's us. God said all these people about all this? What's going to happen?
Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
You can take this.
He that leadeth into captivity
All
shall go into captivity.
all shall go into slavery. We are going to stay yoke all. You understand that? You are going to have slaves. You're going to have them. You're going to have them. We need them too, brother. You deserve that. God knew that. So what you got to do is that? Because everybody, all of us got to be changed. No.
There's a word,
Let me your first favorite scripture. So, what do we have to do to get this? Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. What do we have there?
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
God is going to teach us.
Let us hear the whole conclusion of the whole matter.
Read.
Fear God
What?
and keep his commandments.
Yeah.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's your whole group.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's it.
You understand that? So what you got to do to get this kingdom of heaven?
Yep. Yep.
Right. Read that.
Deuteronomy 10 and 11.
12.
10 and 12. Now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require thee?
What is God required?
But to fear the Lord thy God,
Better than
to walk in all his ways,
do what he does.
and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
You understand that, brother? You can't spot the Lord. The way I teach you, everything I say, give me that 1 Peter 4:11. Everything, what things that we say, is not our way. So Brian, they're God's word. So when you're speaking over the man of the Lord, who are you speaking over? When you speak over the man of the Lord, you're speaking God's word. Who are you speaking over? Yeah. Read that, man.
1 Peter 4 and 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God.
So if you speak, when you talk, go trust the Lord. Don't say what you do. Don't say what you think. You understand? These men, listen. These men, man are talking about everything up there. Everything is out there. But there's a reverse. So now you know from here. So what is love God?
Fear God.
What is the love of God?
How you love God?
You kind of sort of said. You said keep the commandments. That's how you show God love. Keep the commandments.
That's how you
Now
love
you
God.
got to know that. Right. Before you figure it out. Even if you don't remember that it's 1 John 5:10, at least you know you got to keep the commandments of God. Right. So you have to find it to God. Whatever spiritual. You understand? Right? So I took you up on the good.
11 and
We're going to do 1 and then go down to 7. Let's get a couple of them.
All right. Leviticus chapter 11.
You know where the straight head is.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 1. The Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. So these are the things that you should be able to eat or can't eat on this earth. I'm going to start with the biggest one.
He's going to tell you what you can eat.
The biggest one that our people will have a problem with is verse 7. And the swine, there it is, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
So do that again.
And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
Now the pig, he's cloven footed. He got a foot like that.
Like that.
He got a cloven foot. And what else?
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
it's all about something else.
Divided for him. That's what it is.
So even though you have fish like that, the fish is good, but he don't digest his food properly. So that's why you what?
He is unclean unto you.
Keep reading.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat,
So you can't even eat that. Go ahead.
and their carcass shall ye not touch.
You can't even touch a piece of sausage.
They are unclean unto you.
That's
the biggest
not
one.
touch the union pork. When you stop eating pork, you know it.
Yes, sir. There it is.
Just do that. That's right. That's right. You understand that? Keep it.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, and the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So you can eat anything in the water that has scales and fins.
Yep.
You know what scales are, right? You know how mom and dad got when they scale that fish.
Yep.
We had to clean it up. So we had to get that muscle and that red food, right? So as long as the fish, any fish in the water, got to have scales and fins that you eat. You know? So can you eat lobster? That's it. So can you eat lobster? The lobster has scales and fins.
Shrimp. Shrimp.
Shrimp don't have scales and fins.
When you shrimp, it's fish with that.
Fish is scales against your children of Israel.
Right now, God's talking to Israel. Are you talking to the Israelites? Go ahead, bro.
Against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying,
Okay.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
God just said the Israelites are only people he knows. Only you have I known. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Let's see why God said that. Go ahead.
All right, Joel 2:27
This is
says,
the Bible.
and
What
ye,
makes that credible?
Because it's written by God. We can prove it. But let's find out about God is saying about Israel. Go ahead.
and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel,
God said he's in the midst of Israel.
and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
Everybody else.
None else.
Everybody else.
And none else.
God said he's the God of Israel.
Nobody else.
So God saying he's God of